So basically I was going for something where, I can do a really light back and forth between our actors. Something where I can use their really good comedic timing to effect and still towards the end make it about a good friendship.
Fernando and Dave approached me saying they wanted a script for a short they were shooting. And instead of writing something new, I look back to, I was just rereading and editing one of my screenplays that I wrote probably 5 years ago. And I thought of this one scene that I think would be a great scene for what they were looking for, and I think it worked out. Like I said, it's actually a feature that I wrote entitled The Wingman. It kind of chronicles the life of a wingman, kind of a pressure-free zone where he can just be the sidekick and date, and it kind of goes into the complexities and the intricacies of actually dating. The changes that were made to it, of putting it instead of a racquetball court, it's now in a living room and playing Wii. And I actually really like the changes because it speaks to me more, or it speaks to people that in their late 20s, early 30s. I like it because it's also a lot more comfortable vibe. It's a lot more friendly. I think it's a lot more relatable, where it's just two dudes kind of talking about life and relationships, and I feel like there's more of an accountability to someone that's still my age or even younger generation.
Initially, I had wanted my friend Jorge Chapa for this role. He had a really important audition that came up, so he couldn't do the role last minute. The good thing is Scott jumped into the role and did a phenomenal job, being that he is so talented and he does have that, good looks, athletic looks, so that he could totally pull that off. And also I had seen him in other more comedic roles. So, I knew he would definitely be able to achieve what the character needed. One of the things that you always got to be wary about, where you are planning for certain actors or a certain cast to work out, but, logistics might always get in the way. So another thing that ended up happening was that we got the video game console, and it turned out it didn't work. Everything was supposed to work, and the day of, it ended up not functioning. So that was one of the little details that we needed to fix. So what did we do? Went to the internet. We ended up finding I believe 2-hour long recorded footage of somebody playing tennis on the console. So we adapted it to that. We put it, I believe, on my computer, hooked it up to the TV, and use that as the recording, and then have our actors play to that footage as a way to improv for that. On the editing side, we also added the audio of the video game all throughout the short film, just to give it that extra layer of depth, where you hear it in the background as the conversation's going. It makes that always helps you make cuts seamless, and makes you believe in the world, makes you immerse yourself, because everything feels continuous, everything feels just the same way as you were if you were to use a song or another piece of constant audio.
4, 3. Are looks the only thing that matters to you? Come on, we didn't click, and she was an A5 at best.
Click. She was the female version of you. Shallow, superficial, self-centered, S-cubed.
Exactly, man. Why would I want to date a person like that?
So the production day started somewhere around 9 a.m. By the time Dave and I finished setting everything up, we started shooting somewhere around 11. The actors got there somewhere around 10, and I started rehearsing with them, making sure they have all their lines. The guys are pros, so they were on point from the very beginning. Then we kept shooting all the way around 3 p.m. We didn't want to extend ourselves too much because of daylight, and we knocked it out pretty quick that day.
The thing I appreciate the most about the narrative is that you have two guys. One of them is an idealist, kind of a romantic, and another one is definitely not a romantic, but a realist. And they're two buddies, and they're having a conversation, and neither of them are wrong necessarily. I kind of see myself somewhere in the middle as perspective goes, where the idealist is just so out there, and he's looking for a Cinderella, and he's looking for a storybook ending, whereas the realist is like, this is how it is.
Even though they're giving themselves a hard time and teasing each other and stuff, I think their friendship's still genuine, and they still want the best for each other. So I want to say their friendship is probably what I liked the most out of the script, where like no matter what, they have each other's back.